Now at 10, watching out for threats abroad, how to make yourself hard to hack with no computer degree required. And BMW says they're expanding their operations in the upstate. Find out how many jobs will come to the area and what the governor has to say about today's big announcement. Also tonight, the U.S. is streamlining the supply chain while creating jobs in the clean energy industry. How the Peach State will benefit from this new plan. Your news at 10 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 10 on MeTV.
Good evening, I'm Denise Jefferson. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Coverage you can count on begins tonight with more backlash against Russia from around the world. 141 countries now coming together to agree on one thing: what's happening in Ukraine needs to end. And tonight, international powers are trying to hold Russia accountable for targeting civilians and using banned methods of warfare. The chief prosecutor of the International Criminal Court says he's immediately launching into allegations of war crimes and attempted genocide in Ukraine. This all comes as Russian forces continue to descend upon Kherson, the country's second biggest city. And here at home, cybersecurity efforts are underway.
People need to be aware that the U.S., not just the U.S., but our allies and our businesses are a target.
As the U.S. continues to prepare for potential Russian cyber attacks, cybersecurity leaders are educating people in Augusta about what they can do to protect themselves.
What we really wanted to expose to the community was certainly there's a very severe threat with cybersecurity, and to give them some tools to help them be more effective in protecting their companies.
The event, hosted by Net Abstraction, focused on addressing cybersecurity threats.
We have to make sure that we increase our security posture, that we put good cybersecurity tools in place.
A panel of cybersecurity leaders, including former NSA Director Admiral Michael Rogers, gave information on how people can protect themselves and their companies.
You don't always have to do it yourself. There's a lot of other companies in the private sector that provide either a comprehensive all-in-one or small pieces of cybersecurity.
On a national level, Rogers says keeping the U.S. secure could involve tactics like cyber resilience.
How can we make sure that we have got processes, capabilities, we've exercised and trained so we can continue to operate, even if it's in a degraded way? He
says in addition to cyber resilience, a partnership between the government and private sector could be key.
I think it calls out the need for the private sector and the government to work together, as we see that the likelihood of cyber is only going to increase.
Russia is beginning to feel the impact of international sanctions against the country. Those sanctions are also affecting other economies around the world. But as long as Russia's invasion continues, those sanctions will stay in place. World leaders are calling the attack from Russia a blatant terror campaign. Both sides say they're ready for more talks.
The world has let him get away with too much for too long.
So we can send an unmistakable signal to Ukraine that we stand with them, and to Putin that we stand against him.
It's unclear when and where those talks will take place. No more Russian vodka at South Carolina liquor stores. That's the goal behind two bills filed at the State House. The first would prohibit the investment of state funds in companies that are fully or partially owned by Russia. Russian-owned companies also could not receive state incentives. The second bill would ban liquor stores from selling alcohol manufactured or produced in Russia. More than 20 lawmakers are co-sponsoring the bills. Well, now it's time to take a look at your weather forecast with our chief meteorologist, Tim Miller. And Tim, I'm getting excited because I think some warmer weather is coming our way.
Yeah, warm weather's not only coming our way, but it's also going to stick around for a while.
That's great.
Which is pretty nice, too. Denise, let's look outside right now. And, you know, temperatures really aren't too bad tonight at around 10 o'clock, 49 degrees. But notice how much warmer it is in Evans at 67. So, yeah, it certainly is warmer in the city for sure. And the winds have been relatively light from the west. Oh, maybe around 3 to 5 miles per hour. High temperature today was 80 degrees. How about that? Average is 67 and 41, so certainly above the average with a high, and chilly to start the morning. Great indication that the air is really dry. Heats up quickly, cools off quickly. And tonight, near a cloud to be found all across the two-state. We're looking really fine. as high pressure is dominating the forecast, and again, the air is really dry. Temperatures around the southeast. Notice in Dallas at 63, so it's really a lot of warmer air off towards the west. We're going to cool down briefly for Friday thanks to a cold front. We're going to talk about that coming up here in just a little bit. But tonight, 46 degrees as we start our morning commute tomorrow. About 46 at the time sunrise. Just grab a jacket off to work and school, but we'll get rid of that jacket late in the day. Look at that, 83 degrees the high. Again, average high is 67. So it is definitely spring fever for sure. And it may feel like a fever with the sneezing and wheezing with the allergies. That's really going to be an issue as we are going to be warm for several days. We'll talk about that in detail with your forecast, all coming up in just a few minutes. Denise.
All right, thanks, Tim. Big changes proposed for downtown Augusta. After 20 years, concerns are being raised about the 14 large trees on the Augusta Common. Some have complained that they block views of the stage during events, and the roots are damaging sidewalks. Leaders now debating whether or not to remove them.
That's terrible news. I know that the commission has done some foolish things over the years, but I mean, this takes the cake.
We need shade, and hey, without trees down there, it'd look naked. Just look bare. We don't need to be doing all that.
Commissioners are also approving an extra $125,000 to help out this Saturday market. The city is preparing to upgrade the electrical systems along 8th Street to allow for more power for vendors. The original budget for the work was $200,000, but that was not enough to cover the cost. Columbia County's hospital is set to be Augusta University Health's largest freestanding facility. Architects have released preliminary designs. The 6th-floor 100-bed hospital and medical office building will be located between I-20 and Gateway Boulevard in Grovetown. Plans are still in the early stages, but the focus right now is on making sure that pedestrian and vehicle traffic to and from the site is safe and efficient. There are plans to incorporate wellness and health options, such as a walking trail for the community and staff members too.
I think this will be a hospital for generations to come, and I think that's the exciting part. Is it has the ability to grow with Columbia County, and something that the community will depend on and rely on for generations to come.
AU hopes to break ground later this year, and it's scheduled to be ready in late 2025. New at 10, Georgia House Speaker David Ralston announces a bill to change the state's tax rate. He says it would lower Georgia maximum income tax rate from 5.75% to a flat rate of 5.25%. The speaker says along with other changes in the bill, it would save Georgians about $1 billion a year. If passed, it would go into effect in 2024. Automotive and manufacturing leaders from across South Carolina are in Greenville today. BMW announcing it will expand its South Carolina plant and add 200 new jobs to the area. Asia Wilson explains.